What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Trading Crypto. It's been a while since I've done a Pangolin video, so that's what we're going to do. PNG is up 1.4% at 17 cents. We have a very small market cap on this coin of only 38 million, with 220 million coins in circulation out of 538. I love that setup. I love the small circulating supply with the small market cap. That is a good recipe for some possible large gains in the bull run. Now, the all-time high on this was 1885. We're down 99.1% from that all-time high. I think I remember, it's been so long since I've gone over this. I think I remember we said there's a good opportunity that we could go past that. We'll reassess that in the technical analysis. All-time low was a year ago. If you would have bought a year ago, you'd be up 13x on your investment. If you're interested in buying Pangolin, it looks like MEXC has the highest volume, followed by Coinbase, CoinX, and then its own exchange, Pangolin. You have 3 different pages of exchanges down here, so if you want it, you can find it somewhere. So with that, let's get into the price prediction and technical analysis on PNG. All right, everybody, let's get into PNG. Apparently, this is what we had drawn last time. I don't even remember anything said about it, but apparently this expanding wedge is still playing out. It actually hit it perfectly 2 times right here. We are back above the lifelong 618, but we're just going to remove this and start fresh. So PNG, I've gone over it numerous times about how I think this is definitely still at play here. We're just in an extended period of this phase, similar to that big run up. You can see we had the big run up right here, the sideways consolidation, the 3 top, and then you be exploded. And then you can see after this one we exploded, we have the 1 top, 2 top, then maybe this will be the 3 top, and then we can start rallying similar to the 1 top, 2 top, 3 top, and then the rally. We have a small market cap, so it's super easy to see some big gains as long as you get some traction behind you. Now, if we looked at the day chart indicator, unfortunately the day chart isn't looking too great. We're actually just crossed over bearish here on the MACD, but I wouldn't take that into too much consideration because we've been overall bullish since February of 2025, regardless of the price continuing to fall. What I mean by that is when we cross over bearish, we're not seeing very heavy capitulations from that point. We're seeing very small bearish movements on the MACD, and the MACD still continues to go up. And now we're officially on the bullish side of the MACD. If you did not know this, when you're below the center mark right here, bearish movement is more bearish. It's more drastic on the charts. When you're back above the 0 mark, these lines up here, that means bullish movement is more bullish. So us being right here with this not seeing that much bearish movement on the MACD is giving me a little bit of hope. We are still bearish on the stock RSI. However, the blue is below the orange. We're starting to see a straight drop there. So that's something to take into consideration. There is that possibility of it coming all the way down here before we see the rally back to the upside. What's kind of backing that up is the RSI. The RSI has been on a steady ladder up pattern for a while now. Outside of the slight deviation right here, you can see we put in a high, a low, higher high, higher low. Unfortunately, that wasn't a higher high, but you can kind of see the trend going right there. So just like we mentioned with the MACD and the stock RSI, there is the possibility of this normal RSI retracing a little bit more, which in turn would bring the price down a little bit. But like we mentioned, bearish movement is less bearish now that we are on the other side of the MACD. So one thing I want to point out to you guys is going all the way back to 2023 for PNG. If we draw a horizontal line at these tops right here, where we touched the top back in November and then touched the top in December, this is kind of a horizontal support here for PNG sitting at about 15 cents. So that is an area that I would be keeping a close eye on, is 15 cents. And then if we just go from the high to the bottom of this initial run up from 2024, we are currently above the 382 right here at 17.4. Let's actually zoom in there and see. Yeah, we're actually right on it right now at the 17.4. So that's something I would be taking into consideration for you long-term holders, is staying above 17. One other thing, if we go to the short-term time frame, if you're a short-term swing trader, this move right here, I've seen some people commenting about PNG. Uh, it's not, they're saying it's a bull flag. It's technically not a bull flag. I'm not trying to prove anyone wrong. It's kind of a falling wedge. I know you can see the flag pull right here and everything, but on the 4-hour time frame, they tend to not play out as well as on the long term. So I really wouldn't be putting too much weight behind that. Now, if we just look at the grand scheme of things, what I've been doing with a lot of these coins is that I just zoom out and I look at the week chart. The week time frame is for your long-term holders, and this is where a lot of coins right now are printing. This is where a lot of them are converting from their bearishness to the bullishness from 2025. And we can kind of see for the last 3 weeks now, we have crossed over bullish on the MACD. So the week chart's not looking bad at all. We have a lot of room we can run on the RSI, WTX, and the stock RSI is still ripping. We still have blue over orange on the weekly. So the week chart is actually looking pretty good, great, and that's what I like to see here. Um, with a lot of coins. You can go to pretty much go to a majority of coins right now, go to the week chart, and the week chart's looking insanely good for them. Now, if we just draw the fib here from the high to the low, excluding the scam wick right here, what we are running into is the 618 at approximately 20 cents. So 20 cents is our price to beat. We do have a lot of price history around this general area. This was a support back here in August 8th of 2024, support here November 10th of 2024, and then it's been resistance for us since February, pretty much the entire 2025. That 618 has been a resistance area, so that is our area to be. We're just stuttered. We're not going to be crazy bullish until we get over 20 cents, which I think is easily doable. I've mentioned this several times in the past. We do technically have a $10 prediction on the 1618, and Pangolin, the all-time high was 1885 back in the day when it first came out, which if we look at the 1885, that is all the way up here. I'm not going to knock it. But realistically, at the beginning of this video, I thought I remember saying it could go over 18, but now that we're looking at the charts now, it's going to need some momentum behind it, some sort of gas to push it up that high, which is easily doable in a bull run. It's easily doable, but realistically, I wouldn't be shocked if this went to a couple dollars to $10. Um, it is a small market cap, so you know a 10x from here is technically, you know, a 10x from here is $1.70, which is a $380 million market cap, then so on and so forth, until you reach higher highs. One thing we can kind of look at here and see if they did put more coins in circulation is if you go to the market cap of the coin and look at max, you can kind of see max and then the price. You can see the price was all the way up here when it first came out at $20, and the market cap was all the way down here at 19 million, which means there was not that many coins in circulation back when we hit that all-time high market or all-time high price. The market cap was way lower than it is now when we hit $20. So that leads me to believe if we go to the price now and you can kind of see where the market cap is, it's way higher than when it was when it hit the all-time high price, that we're going to need a lot more buying power to re-reach that $18 price range. That's why it's down 99.1. So realistically, I'd be looking for maybe a you know, somewhere between 230 to $10 range. It's always good during the bull run to kind of get a general idea between the 1236 and 1618 area. And some of you guys like, oh man, I thought we were going to crash to the all-time high. Well, that's actually still a really, really good gain from where we're currently at. If we go all the way up here to the top, that's a that's a 54x right there up to the 1618. And if we only go up to the 1236 at $2, you know, that's a 12x right there, 12, 13x right there. So nothing to sneeze at. But overall, the day chart's not looking the best. The week chart's looking fantastic. What we really need to focus on here for PNG is overtaking the 618 at 20 cents. 20 cents is the price to be. And then once you break over the 618 at 20 cents, we'll reassess the situation. Obviously, you do have this downtrend to contend with. We had this drawn at the beginning of the video, but I erased it. If we did get over that 20 cents area, I'd be looking out for, you know, a 30 cents run back to the top of this expanding wedge, and then we'll reassess the situation. But overall, this has been playing out pretty accurately. We've touched the bottom, you know, we hit the top, we hit the bottom, we hit the top, we hit the bottom. So hypothetically, we should be going up to the top at around 30 cents in order to continue this pattern that's been in place since February of 2024. So overall, I'm going to be bullish on Pangolin this bull run, guys. I think it's going to provide some good gains for some people. So with that, none of this is financial advice. And if there's any coins that you'd like me to chart, you can just send me a super chat in the comments and I'll get to your coin as soon as possible. Thank you.